So the topic we're talking about today, I was originally going to be doing this 2 years from now, but as I said recently, I'm cutting back on Payday related content, so I thought while I still have a few ideas about this jotted down, why not talk about it now and see what you guys think, and these points might actually change in the future depending on how the development goes in these 2 years. Now this sounds a bit bonkers to you, doesn't it? Like, why would you plan a video 2 years ahead? But this topic is something I wanted to talk about for a while, which is, can Payday survive after the development's gone? And in a short way, you could just say, yeah, it can, because I play it now. But the thing is, in 2 years time, it's still got to battle with new games, like God knows what. There might be a game which is similar to Payday at that point, which it could be better. So Overkill basically need to keep this game enjoyable and fresh and more interesting than other games out there if they want this to be successful for the next 2 years. Now, to start off with, I'm going to explain some of the things they should really focus on at this point, besides releasing new DLC. And the first thing is bug fixes. There's a ton of bugs in Payday, we all know this. For example, there's desync, and oh my god, desync is horrendous for stealth. You can't play stealth online with your friends properly because of desync. You can try and learn to get around it, but that's not the point of the game. You're meant to enjoy stealthing with your friends, and even I don't enjoy playing online stealth anymore. People ask me, hey, do you want to join me in a frame? I was like, no, because host gets advantage, I would be sitting there doing nothing. However, if Overkill can fix desync like they did before, this was long ago, this was near the start of Payday's development cycle. Desync was actually sustainable and it wasn't horrendous. But nowadays, a card could fucking see you from the back of his head, and from the host point of view, he's staring right at you, but you can't do anything because you can't see it from your end. And there's other problems out there like optimization and like stuff needs buffing and nerfing. There's like overpowered stuff like Grinder or Rogue. Armor's at this point pretty much useless, and I love armor. Don't get me wrong, armor's a fun thing to use, but when I use it now compared to using Grinder, I don't enjoy it. Purely because I have a harder time trying to survive with armor compared to Grinder. Maybe if we had something like Grinder for armor, just a little, well, a very weak, it could work out. Another thing Overkill needs to start doing is keeping to their word and getting it done on time. A prime example, as much as people whinge that we don't need it, is Safe House customization. This is something before Payday was even released, they announced was coming. It's been over 2 years and they've just said that they're going to announce the dates now. That's really bad. If this carries on for other things, it can really put a bad reputation in Overkill's name. And, well, if you look at Overkill in the past year, they haven't really helped themselves. We've had the new Gensec enemy, which still hasn't been released, the FBI files haven't been released, and oh, my favourite one, and as much as people say to me now, oh Ben, we're getting free content, no, it's funded. We did a Kickstarter campaign, basically, for bloody Payday. A game which is really successful if you look at it. And we've had, what, one free update? Or funded update, which was Meltdown. I might have missed one. If I have, please let me know. But we paid for that. We haven't got our secret item yet from the Completely Overkill pack, and we're still having to buy more DLC. And at this point, you could just look at it and think, well, they obviously don't really give too much of a shit anymore. They got the money. They could just release a free update once or twice and then get away with it. And they can, because I still buy the DLC because I love the game to bits. However, if I look back at it like 2 years from now and think, yeah, I spent over, what, £200 on this game, because I'm pretty sure that's what we're going to end up with. I spent £200 on the game and it's a buggy mess. I'm going to be so disappointed, and Payday helped me get to where I am today, so it's quite a big thing for me. And if I just look back at it and just think, this was a waste of my time, what am I doing? I would probably never buy a game from Overkill again, and I really want to get the Walking Dead game, as you know before. But Overkill can't just keep saying, yeah, we're doing this or this, and then go, oh yeah, here's the Gage Ninja pack. Remember how, like, oh, Shadow Raid was free? And we're basically using that to theme the next pack to make Gage come back into the game. Yeah, you're going to have to pay for that. Oh, what, you paid for the funding, the crowdfunding for Hype Train? Yeah, we're still going to release a ton of fucking paid for DLC. And in a way, there are companies that they can do this. And I'm just going to stop before I go on a complete rant for 20 minutes about what's wrong with Overkill. And then compare some other games to what Overkill could do to make this game last for so many bloody years. Let's look at Left 4 Dead, for example. Left 4 Dead was a cult game which is basically similar to Payday. It's just you and 3 friends dicking about, going from point A to point B, trying to survive. But then modern became a thing in Left 4 Dead, and you've got custom campaigns, custom skins, custom weapons, and all that kind of malarkey. And recently, if you haven't seen, that's become a thing in Payday. We've got custom masks, and we've always had skins and sound mods, but we've also got custom weapons now. It's not a big thing so far, but this is a gateway to like expanding Payday to a place where it should have been a long time ago. And for a while, a good friend of mine, Sinister Pixel, has had a brilliant idea for a campaign, and he's actually posted it on Reddit, and I'm going to see if I can get in contact with him just to find this link for you so I can show you it later in the description. But Overkill have seen it, and they really like the idea, so why don't we have the tools for it? If we had modding capabilities to make custom levels, within a reason of course, because people would make boosting maps, you could make Payday so much bigger and so much better. It would just blow my mind if that happened with Payday. I'd come back completely. I could do so much more related content on it. I could do things about custom weapons, custom levels. I would have so much fun. Modding has become quite a big thing for me recently, and I'm always interested in seeing what people can do. If we have something like that, imagine the possibilities of what you could pull off. We could have, like, for example, an Area 51 heist if we wanted. As dumb as that sounds, it would just be so much fun to see. But moving on from modding, another game we can compare with is Killing Floor 2, a game which is in early access and is developing quite a bit, but the best thing is they're not leaving us in the dark. And maybe this is something Overkill could learn from. Imagine we don't have updates, like really cryptic messages in the achievements, and we go, oh, what's this, for a few days. Imagine if Overkill tweeted or made an announcement in the game going, what we're doing right now, like, what the hell are you doing with safe house customization? If you've been working on this for about 2 years, and whatever years prior to the release of Payday, I wouldn't mind seeing a little preview by now, and I'm pretty sure the community would agree with me. The same goes for the new Gensec enemy. We could just have, like, lines randomly appear on Simon Vickland's Twitter. We will stalk the Twitter pages, so we'll all see it, and if you didn't see it, someone would make a video on it. Probably Noli. And I just realised that I might sound like I'm going, I hate Overkill, you shouldn't play this game. I'm not saying that. Payday's probably been one of the most enjoyable games I've played in so long. I've managed to play so much of it and I don't get bored of it. The problem is, I don't want to look back in 2 years and look at a game which is known for being a money grabbing game, just shitting out content which you have to pay for each time, and being a buggy mess. I would rather Overkill take a break from making new content for now and just work on Crime Wave, so getting console players up to date with us, and then fixing the problems within the game. And if they do this, they also need to keep us in the loop of what's going on, so we know where they are currently in the stages of development. Now, if we just quickly recap everything I've just said, because it sounds like I've just been whinging for about, what, 7 minutes now. The point of this video was, can Payday survive after its 2-year development, or the rest of the development, because it might have added more years on by the time we're making this video, who knows. They might have added more in the future, but anyway, going back to what I was saying, this game could survive. This game will still be played by people who played the game for the entire time, even after it's finished being developed, because people do enjoy it. But the thing is, compared to Left 4 Dead, people can pick up Left 4 Dead now and still play it and just have a laugh. If it's Payday, a lot of people are going to look at it and see so much locked content and so many bugs that they wouldn't want to play it. They'll probably get a refund. If Overkill work on a system to make like a game of the Ultimate Edition, kind of like how Crime Wave works, at the end of development with all the DLC in it, and then make sure the game is just polished to a point where they can't do anything more, I think this game could last. And if they have modding capabilities to a point of custom heist, this game would last for so many years. And I would rather see it like that and then just eventually burn out from people not having any new ideas, than it being a game which is either continuously like TF2 but DLC wise, and that would just be a nightmare, or a game which ends on a really bad note of Overkill going, yeah, we fucked up and we don't care, we're going to keep going and just run the game into the ground. We don't want to see it, and I'm pretty sure Overkill don't want to see it. Even though they do release DLC, they still do love their game. Well, that's all the time we got today. Thanks for watching. I'm sorry if I've just been ranting in your ear for the last almost 10 minutes. I will not be doing any more Payday related content for a while on this channel, but I do plan on coming back to Payday sometime in the future. I'm not going to say when, because I don't really have the time. It's just once there's something out there which grabs my attention again, I will do a video on it. But until then, I've been Sir Crackable, and thanks for watching.